Today's lesson class is about mediation. The mediator's job is not to tell you who's right, who's wrong, who's going to win, who's going to lose. The mediator's job is to figure out if the case can be settled. Now, how does a mediator figure that out? Well, I want you to think about it like this. If this is the range where you settle the case, where this is your bottom line and this is your top line, and the other side's range is here, this is their top line and this is their bottom line. And if those numbers overlap, there should be a settlement. If they don't, then there won't be. Importantly though, if there's overlap, the mediator does not care if it's the highest number that's overlapped or the lowest number. The mediator's success is based on getting the case settled. It's the plaintiff's lawyer's job to try to get the highest number that's possible, and it's the defense lawyer's job to get the lowest number possible. You go to a mediator's office, you get there, and you are put in your own room with your lawyer. After the mediator introduces him or herself and gives the introduction, there will typically be a meeting of everyone in one single room. Some lawyers will give an opening presentation. A lot of times the defense use this opportunity to look directly at the plaintiff because it might be the only time they get to talk directly to the plaintiff before the trial and tell them the good and bad about their case. And that can do one of two things. It can worry the plaintiff. They can say, wow, the jury might not believe me, or they might find me at fault. Or it can completely piss the plaintiff off and submarine settlement from the first moments of the mediation. You go back to your room, the door closes, and the client goes, those motherfuckers, them. I fucking gonna destroy them at trial. Let's take them to trial. And it has the reverse effect. Then when you're back in your separate rooms, the mediator will start in one side, usually the plaintiff, and say, what is your opening offer? And you will tell the mediator what you want to offer. Easy numbers, let's say $1 million. Well, then the mediator goes to the other room and says, hey, they've offered $1 million. What are you gonna offer? $100,000. Then the mediator comes back. And as the mediator is shuffling back and forth, trading numbers, hopefully they're also explaining some facts. Hey, this is why they're offering this number. They think this is really important to their case and you aren't gonna be able to explain this away to the jury. Or they go to the other side and say, hey, this is a fact. You can't disprove this. This is something you should really consider. So the mediator is trying to basically work both sides either up or down. So there is that overlap I talked about earlier. I had a case where my initial offer was $10 million and the response was $10,000. We were there all morning, all afternoon, and most of the night. It was like a 10-hour mediation. My client is just sitting there, ate breakfast there, ate lunch there, ate a dinner, had to call in pizza or whatever the order, I forget. We make all of our decisions before we ever get to mediation. 2 weeks earlier, sitting in my office when we had a meeting, and I said, look, I'm gonna start at $10 million. They're probably gonna start at, I think I probably said $100,000. They surprised me and went even lower, but I said, look, we need to talk about what your bottom line numbers are and what ranges we wanna settle in. When my clients go to mediation, I bring our chart with green, yellow, red. If it's in the green zone, we're going to settle. Anything that's $8 million or above, no questions asked, we settle. We obviously want to get 9, but if we can only get 8, we're going to settle in that range. Then we have our yellow zone. It's between 7 and 8 million. And then we have the red zone. Anything below 7 is an absolute no. We don't even need to think about that. And then I need those magic words. This is our final offer. But in a way, during those 10 hours, nothing actually mattered to my client until the defense said, look, here is our final offer. And we said, are you sure? What about this? And they said, no, this is our final offer. Then my client had to make a decision. Are you going to take that final number? Most cases do settle at mediation. A lot of cases would settle without the mediator. If the two lawyers just got on the phone and talked to each other, they'd be able to settle the case over a phone call or over lunch. The problem that's holding up settlements, I promise this is not just another video of me bashing insurance companies.
They're basically just like, fuck you. That's what I'll say was doing, like, fuck all of you.
But they are truly the problem here. When insurance companies hire lawyers, oftentimes they don't tell their own lawyers how much they're willing to settle the case for. Even at mediation, there's a representative from the insurance company there and an insurance defense lawyer. The insurance defense lawyer isn't the one making the offers because they don't know how much settlement authority, how much money they have to offer. Instead, it's the insurance adjuster who's controlling the money. And that creates a problem because you have the lawyer here saying, here's the legal aspect of it, and you have the insurance adjuster who's the money bags making the decisions. A lot of times, if the insurance adjuster would just tell the defense lawyer how much they're willing to settle, the defense lawyer could then get on the call with someone like me, and we could settle the case in like a 10-minute conversation. Mediation for a client, I think, is a terrible experience. Here's what I tell clients. All that matters is the last offer that is made at mediation. So that's the frustrating thing about mediation. It's not just that mediation is great and mediators are great, although those things can be true. Frankly, a lot of times it's just that mediation is unnecessary and I shouldn't be here to begin with.